On March 23rd of 1994, something very sad happened in the Russian Siberian Wilderness. A plane called Aeroflot Flight 593 crashed while flying from Moscow to Hong Kong. Sadly, 75 people lost their lives in the accident. This incident was very surprising because it was discovered that a child was flying the passenger plane. In this video, we will talk about what happened before the crash, look at what the flight crew did, and learn about the technology on the aircraft. To understand the accident better, it is important to know how Aeroflot changed after the Soviet Union ended. Aeroflot used to be the only airline in the country, but now there are many smaller airlines that compete with them. Furthermore, when Russia opened up its restricted airspace, it made it possible for flights from Europe to Asia to take a more direct route. This change required Aeroflot to get new planes in order to stay competitive. The Airbus A310-300 became the main plane for these routes, and the airline's top pilots were trained on this new aircraft. The Airbus A310-300 was a big step forward in aviation technology when it came out in 1985. Airbus was trying out a fly-by-wire system that used computer controls instead of regular mechanical flight controls. The new system was a big change for the Aeroflot pilots who were used to flying older Soviet planes. The A310's autopilot was like the autopilot on Boeing planes, but it also had some fly-by-wire features. Captain Yaroslav Vladimirovich Kudrinsky, who had lots of experience flying the A310 plane for more than 900 hours, was selected to be the backup captain for Flight 593. He brought his two kids, Eldar and Yana Kudrinsky, who were 15 and 13 years old, with him on the flight. At that time, it was common for family members to be on flights. The Kudrinsky family had a friend named Vladimir Makarov. He was also a pilot for Aeroflot and was traveling with his daughter as a passenger. That flight crew included Captain Viktorovich Danilov, Relief Captain Kudrinsky, and First Officer Igor Piskaryov. On March 22nd of 1994, a plane called Aeroflot Flight 593 left Moscow's Sheremetyevo Airport and was going to Hong Kong. The Airbus A310 went up to a height of 10,100 meters. The flight computer and autopilot worked together to keep the plane on the right path. But about 3 hours into the flight, something very unusual happened in the cockpit. Yana Kudrinsky, who was 13 years old, sat in the captain's seat with her father's permission at about 12:43 a.m. The breaking of aviation rules was already worrying. Captain Kudrinsky tricked the autopilot so that Yana thought that she was flying the plane. After a short time, Eldar, who was 15 years old, started operating the controls at 12:51 a.m. Captain Kudrinsky kept doing the same thing over and over again, making Eldar think that he was flying the aircraft. At that time, the flight crew didn't do anything, and even a pilot who was not working, Vladimir Makarov, took pictures of the children sitting in the captain's seat. Sadly, when Eldar pushed the controls, the autopilot lost control of the ailerons. When the plane switched from autopilot to manual control, it tilted to the left. Eldar, who didn't have much experience, tried to fix the roll, but he made too many and unpredictable changes, making the situation worse. During the chaos, the crew had a hard time getting control of the airplane back. The Airbus A310 plane went into a big drop and crashed into a faraway forest. Sadly, all 75 people on board lost their lives. The Aeroflot Flight 593 incident had a big impact on the aviation industry. It showed that it's important to follow the rules about who can be in the cockpit during a flight. Aviation authorities around the world have made cockpit security stronger and put in place harsher rules to stop similar incidents from happening again. The sad accident of Aeroflot Flight 593 shocked the aviation community when it was discovered that a child was flying the plane. The incident showed how difficult it was to switch from older Soviet planes to the more advanced Airbus A310. It also showed how important it is to follow safety rules and have good discipline in the cockpit. Because of that, the aviation industry made improvements to stop similar accidents from happening ever again. They made sure that safety is the most important thing in air travel. That's all for the video today. We will be right back. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.